Ever since the Gemini Gamer challenged me to review Yars Revenge, Kevin has been dressing up like a pirate, which doesn't make any sense. Oh, wait, I get it. Yars Revenge. All right, I get you, Kevin. So let's see, which copy should I review today? Classic Atari Orange, Sears Red, or Atari Red? You know what? I like obscure, so let's go with the Atari Red. Let's go ahead and take Yars Revenge, pop into my Atari 7800 Pro system, and see if it walks the plank or not. Let's go to the game. Yars Revenge was published by Atari and carries a copyright year of 1982. It was programmed by Howard Scott Warshaw, who also programmed the infamous E.T. for the 2600, which I reviewed way back in episode 9. It began as a port of the arcade game Star Castle, where players shoot through layers of shields to hit a target in the center, but eventually morphed into a new game. The name of the game, Yars Revenge, and its fictional location, the Razak Solar System, were inspired by the head of Atari at the time, Ray Kassar, who was despised by most of the programmers and inadvertently helped create Activision and a third-party game movement as disgruntled programmers left and created their own companies. The game came with a cool mini comic book called the Quotile Ultimatum. It does a great job giving a backstory to the game. When an Earth spaceship crashes into the Razak solar system, the only survivors end up being some houseflies who accidentally stowed away on the ship. Due to the radioactive dust, they transform into Yars, a human housefly-like hybrid that can fly from planet to planet, eat anything, and convert their food into energy missiles. They end up populating the 3rd, 4th, and 5th planets in the solar system, forming peaceful communities. But they realize not everyone is peaceful, so they build the Zorlon cannon. However, before it's completed, their enemies, the Quotile, attack, destroying the 4th planet. Now you are being sent to defeat them by breaking through their shields and calling on the Zorlon cannon to finish the job. However, because the aiming system wasn't finished, you must help by being the target itself and then getting out of the way after it's fired. You also have to be aware of destroyer missiles and swirls that get fired at you from the Quotiles. You can hide in a neutral zone from the destroyer missiles, but while there, you can't call on the Zorlon cannon to fire and the swirls can still hit you. Neutral zone, huh? I wonder if the Quotiles are part of the Romulan Empire. Or maybe you are. Dun dun dun! Yars Revenge is for 1 or 2 players alternating. In the game, you use your joystick to move your Yar around, including wrapping around between the top and bottom of the screen, and the button to fire an energy missile from your mouth, which can chip away at the shield protecting the Quotile on the right side of the screen. The shield itself comes in 2 variations, a large static shape that looks like a monstrous Pac-Man about to eat the Quotile, and a large rectangle comprised of several moving cells. Occasionally, the Quotile will turn into a swirl that will launch at you and is deadly to the touch. There's also a dash representing the destroyer missile, which is also deadly to the touch and will constantly chase you down. As mentioned in the comic, you are safe in the neutral zone, which is located in the left middle portion of the screen, but the swirl can still kill you there. If you touch the Quotile when he's not the swirl, or if you eat away at his shield, the Zorlon cannon fireball will appear on the left side of the screen. Pressing the fire button after it appears will launch it, and you will complete a level if it hits the Quotile or swirl, but it can kill you if it hits you, and you can't fire it while in the neutral zone. Scoring wise, you get 69 points for shooting a shield cell, 169 points for eating a shield cell, 1,000 points for destroying the Quotile, 2,000 points for destroying a swirl that is standing in place, and 6,000 points and an extra life if you shoot a flying swirl. The game also changes when you hit certain point benchmarks. If you hit 70,000 points, the swirl triples in frequency, sometimes firing instantly, and the shields turn blue. At 150,000 points, the shields turn gray and the swirl returns to normal frequency, but stays in midair until you hit it or it hits you. And at 230,000 points, the swirl once again triples in frequency, sometimes firing instantly, and the shields turn pink. Good luck getting that far. I was only able to get to the blue shields while playing. The game has 8 variations, with the odd numbers being the 2-player versions. Games 0 and 1 are the easy versions, 2 and 3 are normal. In games 4 and 5, if your Zorlon cannon fireball hits the shield, it will bounce back to the left, possibly hitting you. And games 6 and 7 are called Ultimate Yars. Not only does the Zorlon cannon shot bounce, but to make the Zorlon cannon fireball appear, you must earn enough energy called Trons, and then touch the left side of the screen. You need 5 Trons for it to appear, and you get 1 Tron from eating a shield cell, 2 Trons for touching the Quotile, and 4 Trons if you catch a Zorlon fireball after it bounces off the shield. There is no on-screen counter, but you could store up to 255 Trons, but you lose them once you die or pass the 255 mark. Graphically speaking, there is a lot I like about this game. Yar looks cool, as does the swirl in the quote tile, which to me looks like the end of an ice scraper. But my favorite part is the neutral zone and awesome explosions, which were made with recycled game code. And the sounds in the game are some of my favorite on the system, and it's family friendly too. At the time I researched on eBay, loose copies sell for $4 to $5, complete copies were selling for $10 to $25, and new copies were selling for $15 to $40 including shipping. And the red label versions were pretty rare, going for $11 to $15 loose a piece. So what did I think of Yars Revenge? Quite simply, this game is amazing and very well balanced. You basically have to play both offense and defense at the same time, avoiding the swirl and destroyer missile while at the same time trying to get and aim a Zorlon cannon fireball. And the risk reward system is cool too, with deciding on when to approach the quote tile and if to try to hit the swirl in midair or not. And of course the sounds and graphics are great. So where am I going to rank Yars Revenge? Well, it's going into the top 10. And personally, I do like both Adventure and Pitfall more, but I will put this over the enjoyable Haunted House. So out of the 115 games I've now ranked on the 2600, Yars Revenge is hovering into the 4th position. Yars Revenge is an absolute classic game on the 2600. Okay, Gemini Gamer, who you could find as the Dreamcast Gamer, I've accepted your challenge, so now it's my turn. I challenge you to review my current top-ranked game on the 2600, Adventure, on your show, and I know you have it. I saw it in your Yars Revenge video. Now it's time to review it. So what do you think of Yars Revenge? Whether you agree or disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to click the like and subscribe buttons, and if you'd like to support the show, you could do so at Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/NoSwearGamer for more information. You can also find me on both the Facebook or the Twitter, and I'm a member of the Retro Junkies Network. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, and to find the Gemini Gamer, just look for the Dreamcast Gamer on YouTube with the Dreamcast swirl. That looks like the Yars Revenge swirl. Oh my. Is he quotile? And maybe a Romulan too?